Okay, dear students, today we are going to discuss new chapter, very most important in advanced and the mains point of view, right? That is circles. The topic is circles. So please, all of you, all of you, follow from introduction of the circles. Then it will be very easy to all of you, right? So first you will see that what is the definition of circle. What is the definition of circle? Let it be, this one is the plane. Now you know the plane will be contains infinite number of points. Plane will be contains infinite number of points. In this you take one fixed point. You take one fixed point. Let it be this one as that C. Okay. And you take that another point at a distance of small r units. You know distance is either positive or 0. So this one is that greater than or equals to 0. Right? So you take that one another point. Let it be this one is that P is equals to x1 comma P is equals to x1 comma y1. P is equals to x1 comma y1. Right? So how can we define the circle? The set of points which are at a constant distance, that is r, from a fixed point. So that fixed point is nothing but a C, right? Is called a circle. Now finally that figure will be nothing but this one. So here, so what we discussed that definition, set of the points which are at a distance of r units from the fixed point C. So like that you have that infinite number of points on the circle, infinite number of points on the circle which all satisfy the given condition. Here what is that given condition? Cp is equals to R. Here the given condition is Cp is equals to R. So now you will write here the definition of circle is first point. See, look at all of you, observe this one. The locus of a point, the locus of a point, the locus of a point P, the locus of a point P which satisfy the condition Cp is equals to R. Cp is equals to R is called a circle. This is the definition of the circle. Or you can write that the set of points or the set of points which are at a constant distance constant distance that is r greater than or equals to 0 from a fixed point that is denoted by C. Fixed point from a fixed point is called a circle. So this is the definition of a circle. This one is the definition of a circle. Okay, so now in this definition, what do you call the fixed point and what do you call the constant distance, or this is also fixed distance? Say where the fixed point C is called center, and the constant distance R is called radius of the circle. So this one is the meaning of the fixed point and a constant distance. So according from the definition, here already everybody will have that some idea about that locus concept. Okay, so now how can we prove that equation of the circle when center and radius is that given? When center and radius is given, here is that center is that h comma k, radius is that r. Okay, so how can we find that? See, look at this one. Here the next one is that equation of the circle, whose center C is equals to h comma k and radius R is what will be that equation? X minus h whole square, plus y minus k whole square is equals to r square. So how can we prove this one? That is nothing but this result we can prove that by taking that given condition. What is the given condition? Cp is equals to R. C is the fixed point and P is a point at a distance R from the C. Right? So according this figure, same figure again you can draw in this proof. So directly, so I am considering this one. Here is that the given condition is that Cp is equals to R. That implies by implied Cp square is equals to R square. Now what is that Cp square? Cp is the distance between center and P point. That implies you can write that x1 minus h whole square plus y1 minus k whole square is equals to r square. What is meant by here? x1 comma y1 and h comma k. x1 comma y1 is a variable point on the circle. So according from the definition, locus of the point P. So how can we write that locus of the point P? Here P coordinates will be, these are x1 comma y1. P coordinates are x1 comma y1. So how can we write that locus of P? Replacing x1 by x and y1 by y. Therefore locus of P is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equals to r square. Y minus k whole square is equals to r square. So this one is the equation of the circle when center is h comma k and radius is r. This one is called general standard equation of the circle. So this is known as standard form of the circle. Standard form of the circle. Okay. So I hope that everybody understand this concept. This one is that definition of the circle and how to write that equation of the circle when center is that h comma k and radius r. That is that x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equals to r square. Now you take this one as that Roman number 1. Okay. Next, say if center is origin, that means center is origin means if h comma k is equals to 0 comma 0, h comma k is equals to 0 comma 0, then equation of the circle, equation of the circle is what will be that equation of the circle when center is h comma k is equals to 0 comma 0. That means from the Roman number 1 you write that h is equals to 0 and k is equals to 0. That becomes that x square plus y square is equals to r square. X square plus y square is equals to r square. So this one is the equation of the circle whose center is origin and radius is r. Now you know the fundamental. What is the fundamental? When the center is the origin, generally when will you get that origin? The intersection of both the coordinate axes. So that figure of this equation will be now this one. This is the circle. Center is the origin means the diagram will be this one. This point is nothing but origin. So this is that x-axis, right? And this one is that y-axis. This is that y axis. Okay, right. Next, in this one, we have some different cases are there. See, look at this one. Very, very important thing. So, those are nothing but, see, note. What is that? First point. If radius is equals to, if radius is greater than 0, if radius is greater than 0, then the circle is called a real circle. So here you can write that r is equals to if r is greater than 0, then the circle is a real circle, right? So this is the first point. And second one is that if r is equals to 0, that means the radius is 0, means this length will be equals to 0. That means if this is the center, if this length will be equals to 0, means the distance between the center and any point on the circumference is 0, simply that figure will be a point circle. That is nothing but a point circle. So if r is equals to 0, then the circle is a point circle, right? And one more thing, very, very important point. Point circle is also called a real circle, but every real circle need not be a point circle. Every real circle need not be a point circle. So here, when I mentioned in any problem that given circle is a real, then we should take that r greater than or equals to 0. Okay, so here I am writing that third one. So here, if r is greater than or equals to 0, then the circle is called a real circle. Okay, so okay, right. Next, another point. If r less than 0, then the circle is an imaginary. So these are the different types of conditions. So the first one is that, once again all of you look at this one. If r is greater than 0, the circle is a real circle. Okay. If r is equals to 0, then the circle is a point circle. This one is a point circle. Now, point circle is also called a real circle. So here you can write that if r greater than or equals to greater than 0, means that is the real circle. When r is equals to 0, is also a real circle, but all the real circles need not be r is equals to 0. So when I said in any cases, if the given circle is a real, you have to consider the condition is r greater than or equals to 0 is called a real circle. Is called a real circle. If r less than 0, then the circle is an imaginary circle. Okay. So this one is that very important points regarding the circle. Right. So the next thing is that from the above equation, standard equation of the circle, from the equation, see, from the equation x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equals to r square. Now you expand this one. By expanding, you will be get that x square plus y square minus 2h into x minus 2k into y plus h square plus k square is equals to r square. You get the left hand side. Minus r square is equals to 0. Now all of you observe this equation. What is the highest power in this one? 2. And how many number of variables in this one? 2 variables. One is that x and other one is that y. So here you can say this one is that second degree equation in x and y. So first you can write that first point is clearly it is a second degree equation in x and y. So this is the first point. Second degree equation in x and y means these are the two types are there. One is the homogeneous and other one is the non-homogeneous. Now is it represent the homogeneous or non-homogeneous? First of all, everybody understand what is the meaning of homogeneous and non-homogeneous. So the degree of each term in the given equation is the same. That is the homogeneous equation. Right? Now in this one, first two terms are having that higher power is the 2. And the second, third and the fourth term, the powers will be the 1. So here in first two terms and the next two terms, the powers are unequal. So very clearly it is the non-homogeneous equation. So that here you write in that bracket, non-homogeneous equation. This one is the non-homogeneous equation. Non-homogeneous equation. So this is the second degree equation, second degree non-homogeneous equation in x and y. That is the another expression. Okay. Right. Next, see the second point. In this above expansion, coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square both are equal. Here this coefficient of x square is 1 and the coefficient of y square is also 1. So here you can write that coefficient of x square is equals to coefficient of y square. Coefficient of y square. So these are the very important things. Why? Because so while doing the problems, when we have a second degree non-homogeneous equation to represent a circle, that must be satisfy these conditions. First condition is what? That must be a second degree non-homogeneous equation. That must be second degree non-homogeneous. Second condition is what? Coefficient of x square is equals to coefficient of y square. And next, look at this one. third condition is, generally in second degree equation x into y term also will be included, but in this expansion there is a no x into y term. So when no xy term means coefficient of xy is equals to 0. So what is the third condition? Coefficient of x into y is equals to 0. So this one is the next condition. So these are the main things. And one more thing is there. What is that? The next one is that from the definition of the circle, radius must be greater than or equals to 0. Radius must be greater than or equals to 0. Radius is greater than or equals to 0. So these are the main things that second degree equation to represent a circle. So what is the first point? That second degree equation must be non-homogeneous. Second point is coefficient of x square is equals to coefficient of y square. And third point is coefficient of xy is equals to 0. And fourth one is radius must be greater than or equals to 0. Okay. So this one is the required conditions. Okay. And next the next concept is, by taking that second degree non-homogeneous general equation. What is the second degree non-homogeneous general equation? And already, so before lectures we discussed that pair of straight lines. So in that videos I told very clearly, second degree non-homogeneous equation is ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equals to 0. Okay, so that is the second degree non-homogeneous. By using these conditions, we will write, if the equation is in that form, what are the required things. Okay, and next very important thing is that here very important thing is, now if the equation, if g square plus f square minus c greater than or equals to 0, then x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equals to 0 represents a circle. So how can we prove this one? See, look at this one. The next thing is that if g square plus f square minus c greater than or equals to 0, then the equation x square plus y square plus 2 into gx plus 2 into fy plus c is equals to 0 represents a circle, with center, whose center represents a circle with the center, not whose, with the center minus g comma minus f, and radius root of g square plus f square, minus c. So how can we prove this equation has the center minus g comma minus f Now comparing this given equation, and here this equation, comparing that this equation, this is that what? Roman number 1. This is Roman number 1, because already we take the Roman number 1. By expanding you will be get this one. By comparing this equation and Roman number 1, here is that h comma k is the center. So comparing the coefficient of x and the coefficient of y and a constant, you will be get that center is that minus z comma minus f, and the radius is equals to square root of g square plus f square minus c. So here the root means under the root this value must be either positive or 0. So that's why here the condition is g square plus f square minus c greater than or equals to 0. Okay. So greater than or equals to 0. These are the introduction of circles. Now here this equation is called general equation of the circle. This is known as general equation. This is known as general equation. First one is that standard equation of the circle. So here this one is known as general equation of the circle. General equation of circle. So while doing that problems, so if I want that equation of any circle means, so we will write that a general form. What is the general equation of the circle? X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equals to 0. To this one, what is that center? Minus z comma minus f. So you remember these things. So next radius is that what? Root of g square plus f square minus c. Okay, right? I hope that everybody are very clear about the concept of circle. Okay, thank you for watching this video. If you like, please like, share and subscribe the channel.